Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And yeah, my name is Liddy if you're new here or this is the first video you've seen on my channel, on my YouTube channel. And yeah, and welcome back for those for the subscribers that has been with me all along. So it has been a minute since I've actually filmed like basically like recorded a video. So I gave birth to my baby boy. He's currently having a nap, so that's why I was saying about trying to have a nap for like half an hour or more. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna just grab my camera and just talk to you guys. So this may be unedited because I don't even know how many weeks. I'm like almost 2 weeks postpartum. So this is probably like an unedited conversation between you and me, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking about my labor and delivery story. Yeah, which apparently YouTubers do that, and I thought I'd share my own personal story. So yeah, I think I went in labor for about I don't even know how long. Because I didn't even know honestly that I was in labor. Like I was trying to like figure out the differences between forced labor and active labor. So forced labor is when you get contractions but you like the rhythm of it is like really off and it's not very like consistent and like all that stuff. But with active labor it increases. So I didn't even know I was in labor, and honestly I didn't even know that my water broke, but apparently it did, because there's two ways of knowing that your water broke. So from what I learned and what I've like gained like information regarding, you know, your water breaking down there, is that it either comes out as like, you know, just coming out of the JJ, your private area. It comes out as like a I guess you would say like a normal, it would come out like as a flow, like your discharge comes out, or like it would leak like a little bit, or the other way of the water breaking is when it just comes out all in one go and just kind of, say for example if you were sleeping, it was in the middle of the night, it would just like come out all in one go, like as a bucket of water kind of thing, or a cup of water, depends on how big your water broke. Yeah, so mine, it came out like kind of like a discharge kind of thing. So yeah, so yeah, I didn't even know my water broke, but it did, so which is a good thing, because otherwise I would have just been sent home. Yeah, so yeah, so what happened is that, so I assume I was in active labor from basically like, okay, so I gave birth on Wednesday morning, right? But I'm pretty sure that I was starting contractions from, wait, hold on, Tuesday morning, I think, Tuesday morning, or maybe it was the day before, I don't know. But I started not feeling well, like down my lower body, from I think Monday morning, but it was like very light feeling, and then from there, and that was actually the day I was supposed to hang out with one of my close friends. We were supposed to be catching up, but then I told her that I gotta cancel because I'm not feeling too good. Well, I was feeling 100%, but like I don't know, like from my lower body and downwards I was just like feeling, I don't know, maybe contraction started, but maybe pain was there. But yeah, like I said, it was yeah, it was just very light feeling of discomfort. So then I had to cancel it, because, and honestly I'm actually glad that I canceled it as well, because if I was driving I would not feel comfortable driving, or maybe wouldn't be able to drive back home. Yeah, anyway, so I think it started that time, but it may be just kind of like a start off, kind of like it's gonna go towards the active labor stage. And then yeah, then I was fine the whole night for that day, for that Monday. And then I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday morning, that's when it started, that's when I started feeling it. And then what happened? I think that's when, oh yeah, that's when my parents went to work. And where was I sleeping? Oh no, this is when, yes, I was in my room. And then I felt like around, I think it was around 5 a.m. or 7 a.m. I felt like, I was like, oh my gosh, the pain is starting. So then see, I didn't even think that I was in labor. Again, I was like literally Google searching like the differences between false labor and active labor. I don't know, I just kept researching it. And then yeah, and after that, hold on, I'm trying to think. So from that time, from that morning, Tuesday morning, yeah, the pain, it was actually okay. I actually called on that Tuesday morning, I actually called the birth unit. So apparently to go through this whole labor process or any problems or whatever during your pregnancy or going towards, you know, giving birth, you gotta call them like if there's any issue. So I called them in the morning, and they said, yeah, it sounds like you're in that process of like labor. Well, they didn't actually say like sounds like you're in labor, but they just said, yeah, it sounds like you're not in a good, you know, position. Like I was just like in pain kind of thing. So then they said, then they recommended take Panadol. Like, you know, if it's a false one, then if it's a false labor, then the pain will go away like after 1 hour. Well, I took it, and then after 1 hour it was still there, the pain. So technically it was actually, I wasn't actually in active labor. So then after that, hold on, after that, just thinking, oh yeah, so they recommend take Panadol. I did. So I did what they said on the phone. The birthing unit people. And they also recommended for me to take a hot shower, and I did take a hot shower as well that morning. And that was the first time ever that I've taken 3 showers within the 12-hour frame. Literally 12 hours. Not within 24 hours, but within 12 hours. So I took 3 showers that day. So one was when I was in, hold on. So one was just to take the pain away, and then the second one, I actually had another shower. I think because I wanted to wash my hair. Yeah, actually, that was the reason. And then I took the third shower was when, I think before my parents came back home. And that was like towards the evening. So my parents went to work during the day. So, and then I told my brother, one of my older brothers, that I needed Panadol. And then it's funny, he thought that I had a headache, because obviously normally people take Panadol for headaches. But then I told him, no, I'm having contractions. And then thankfully he had Panadol. But then again, like I said, the Panadol didn't work. So well, it didn't work because it was like 1 hour later. So it didn't work. So obviously me thinking now, I'm like, okay, that means I'm in active labor. So then after that, yeah, I was just laying in bed. Like I could not even be in labor, like active labor. You just, whatever position you're in, like standing up, sitting down, or even like trying to, like, you know, trying to lay back in like a slope position way, it didn't work out. So I mean, and I actually didn't even use any like heat pack or cold pack. So after that, yeah, so when I told my brother about the contractions, and then I was literally in my parents' room like the whole day. I even had like something to eat. After that, what happened after that? Then after that, hold on. Oh yeah, then my brother went to work, but then he told me like to call him, like, you know, if I need him to like take me somewhere to the hospital or whatever. But then I'm like, okay, obviously like in that moment I was actually paying attention to what he was saying, even though I was literally like in active labor. And then yeah, so then it's funny because like my sister-in-law was saying like, you know, he should have stayed home with me, but then I was actually fine. I mean, I could have called him, but I was actually fine. I mean, besides being in pain, being like having contractions, like besides feeling that way, I was actually okay to be home. Yeah, and after that, so then yeah, I think I was in labor for about, hold on, because like I think contractions, yeah, so because I gave birth on a Wednesday morning, and then like it's kind of like a 10-12 hour before, yeah, I was having contractions, and then so that was like the whole night, yeah. And then another 10ish hours I was like in active labor. This is when I was home, so I would say about 20ish or 20 plus hours I was in labor. But then again, I don't know, I could have been in labor probably more than that, because I think my back was starting to prepare to get into contractions, like to get into labor, active labor, probably like a bit before, like on Monday maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, so that happened. And then when my parents came back, my dad thought I was scratching my back, but that time I was actually like rubbing my back so badly, so like, you know, during my contraction moments. And I was actually laying in their room. Yeah, they weren't really like, I mean, they saw me obviously laying on their bed, but like for me, like I wasn't even like making any noise. I was like, when I was in like labor pain, like contractions, I just go like like I don't like really make any like like that kind of screaming. I was just like what do you call it, like my mouth was shut, but then I was like rubbing my back to like kind of manage the pain somehow quietly. Not that I forced myself, it's just how I managed to like go through the contractions. And then after that I was like, nah, I'm gonna call the birthing unit again. So, and then I got out of my parents' bedroom, and then I came to my room, and then I just got the number and I called them again. So they didn't answer the first call. But the good thing about the birth unit contact number is that they just keep ringing. It doesn't actually hang up on you, so that's a good thing. So then I call them for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, oh, forget it. So then I ended the call, and then I waited I think another few more minutes, and then I called them again, and then after that, that's when they finally answered. And then, oh my gosh, I was in like so much pain. So after that, I told them what was happening, and they said like if I called before. I'm like, yes, I called in the morning. And I also told them, like, you know, I took, you know, showers. It worked for a bit, but then it came back again. I took Panadol, but that didn't work out. Like an hour later, it didn't work out. And then after that, they just said, I don't know. Then they asked a few more questions, and obviously I was able to answer their questions. It's not like I was like in too much pain that I couldn't be able to answer. But if I was in that state, I would have just told my parents to like speak for me. So then after that, hold on, I'm trying to think. Okay, so then they asked me a few questions. Said, okay, come in, we'll check you out. So then I hanged up, and then obviously I took my my folder. So like in regards to this whole pregnancy journey, it's like a medical my medical folder just for like during this pregnancy. So then I took it with me, then like I made sure I took my wallet with me as well, just in case he asks for my Medicaid or driver's license or whatever. So yeah, I got there, and oh my gosh, and then yeah, obviously I told my parents, like, you need to go to the hospital now, and like literally I was in tears. Yeah, so I mean obviously I was able to walk to the car, thankfully. Yeah, so then after that, yeah, so both my parents, yeah, so we all went, and then they took my suitcase with me as well, and like all my hospital bag and stuff, and then the baby bag. After that, yeah, my dad was kind of rushing to the hospital. I'm like, slow down, because I remember specifically when my dad kind of like drives fast. Obviously, like, I'm in labor, but like when the car drives faster, it kind of doesn't really help with my back, with my contractions. I told him to like drive slower, and that actually helped a lot when he drove slower. And thankfully we went to the hospital before the visiting hour finished, because otherwise we'd have to press the buzzer and then go through the side door. And I'm like, thankfully I went before the visiting hour finished. So after that, yeah, we went straight through the birthing unit, and then they sorted it out. And yeah, man, I was like feeling so hot. So then they were like, oh, do you want an ice pack? Do I want a cold pack or heat pack? I'm like, cold pack please. For some reason my body was feeling hot, and I was like, literally wanting a cold pack. The best part was like I just wanted to cold pack on like my face, like I was putting it here, 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 and here. Like literally, it was so, I don't know, I was just feeling heated up. I mean, I know the hospital itself is already cold with the aircon, but it was just not enough for my body. So after that, yeah, then apparently like they checked me out. They took my blood pressure and I don't know, some other thing. And then after that, I'm just thinking, and then later on they realized, or they asked me if my water had broken. I'm like, I honestly don't even know if my water broke. Obviously, like once we arrived, I mean in between from when we left home and when we arrived at the hospital, obviously the contractions were there still. Yeah, and after that they checked me out and they said that I was 4 centimeters diluted, and they also found out that my water did break. So yeah, so I was actually like hoping, I was like really hoping that I wasn't going to be sent back home. Not because like, you know, I couldn't bear the pain anymore, but because I was just hoping like I don't want to be one of those people where go to the hospital and, you know, be sent back home. I don't want to do that. It's just a waste of time. So thankfully I went to the hospital and yeah, I was definitely admitted. So I mean like to like, you know, go through the process of giving birth to my son. So yeah, and then after that yeah, so I found I was 4 centimeters diluted. And what else is there? Yeah, fast forward, they mentioned about taking like pain relief, whether to take the epidural, something about a mask or gas for like the nose, for like to breathe in the gas thing. And there was a few other ones that they mentioned, but I just don't remember the names of it. But then I'm like, I told him like I was thinking about taking the epidural, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll take the epidural. But yeah, so I took the epidural. So it was a medicated natural vaginal birth. And yeah, so for some reason, even though I was having like really bad contractions, it's like I didn't mind being in that pain. And like, and also during my contractions, like I asked my dad to, or technically, yeah, my dad was like rubbing my back whenever I had contractions. That actually helped a lot as well. And yeah, so I don't know what else is that to say. And then after that epidural, I had one more contraction and I actually felt the pain. And then after that contraction, then no more contractions of that. I mean, obviously, like I didn't feel the contraction on me, but it showed on the machine that I was having contractions. After that, it was like a few hours later, and they said, hold on, they said that I was 9 centimeters dilated. So I was like, wow, that was quick, because the last time I checked it was like 4 centimeters and now it was like 9 centimeters. And then I think about another few hours later, or not, an hour later, they said I was 10 centimeters. So I was fully diluted, so I was ready to give birth. However, they said they wanted to wait another hour just so the my baby would go like further down my pelvic bone. I think that's the part of the bone of my body. So then we waited another hour, and then yeah, and after that I was ready to give birth. And yeah, oh, and also when I was about to give birth, they had to stop the epidural thingo, so then I would be able to feel the contractions. But thankfully I did not feel the contractions, because yeah, I don't know why I didn't feel it, but I was supposed to be feeling the contractions. But they even asked me if I can feel the contraction, and I said no, like I don't feel the contraction. So they had to tell me when to push. And also when you're pushing the baby out of your vagina, you have to they tell you when to push as well. Yeah, so long story short, I had a 2nd degree tear, so obviously I have stitches down there. Thankfully, with having stitches down there, I don't feel any stinging feeling of when I pee, and I think I was able to finally poo probably after 2-3 days, which is normal. Yeah, so yeah, I guess that's how I can describe my labor and delivery story. Oh, also yeah, I don't know if I should share like the other details, because I actually stayed back in the hospital for a few more days because I had lost a lot of blood. Something about my HP level and my oxygen level was like low or something, so then they had to give me like two bags of blood transfusion. So I don't even know if that's part of my labor and delivery story, but I mean, it is part of like me staying back in the hospital because of that very reason, from giving birth. So yeah, I had to stay back again in the hospital for like a few more days, basically until the weekend. And then yeah, so I had to stay back, but baby's fine. Baby's completely fine. It was just me that had to stay back, and because of me, obviously baby had to stay back with me as well. Yeah, so I think that's about it that I want to share about my labor and delivery story. That's all I want to share with you guys. I really wanted to make this video really quick because it's literally like sunset right now and it's getting dark. I should have started this video before, but again, I didn't realize I wasn't able to take a nap. So yeah, so thanks guys so much for watching my first video since giving birth, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in my next new video, which I don't know when. I can't promise you when I'll upload my next one, because at the moment I can only vlog. I can only film a new video, especially the sit down and talk videos, when I'm actually not tired and my baby boy is napping and I'm well rested. So right now I'm well rested and he's napping, so I'm able to do a sit down and talk video. So